Hello my dear YouTuber friends, and I do hope you're all keeping jolly well. Welcome to this new video. These are my thoughts and review of the Carenado Cessna 182 RG, I guess Mark II. What a fantastic aircraft. Something I was interested in buying. Now that I have it, just watch this. Landing gear on a Cessna, chaps, and look at the animation. Oh, let's put it up. Look at that. Okay, well, that's just one of the novelties of this fantastic looking and performing aircraft. So in this video, I'm going to give you my overview, an overview of the aircraft itself, what you get with it, my thoughts on the aircraft, and then at the end, I'll come back for my recommendations. Beautiful. Let's not dilly-dally. Let's get on with this video. So here we are, very cold and dark, at one of the stands at London City Airport, Hoddesdon International of course. Now these static elements actually come with the aircraft. I should start by saying as well that this is available for both Xbox and PC. I'm showing you the PC version. A lot of these elements and utilities should be available for both systems. You can see we've got the sort of cover on the aircraft there, which is nice. Nice texturing going on there as well, even with just the cover. I'll remove that in a bit just to show you the aircraft properly. And external powering as well there. What I'll do now, just to show you, because I want to show you the aircraft in all its beauty. This tablet is normally down here. Now this should be available for both Xbox and PC as well. You just click on that. And then you could turn static elements on or off. Let me just turn them off for a moment, because I really want to show you the beauty of this aircraft. Go external again. There you go. I want to give you a bit of a tour of the external modelling of the aircraft. Look at it. Very high degree PBR texturing going on there. High resolution textures. Now, even though it's cold and dark, I can show you the flaps there. And those associated noises. Take the flaps all the way up. Now the aircraft does come with a number of liveries. Let me just show you that on screen so you get added liveries with the aircraft. I've just got one of them chosen. So there you go. I can take that off screen now. And continue the tour of the external modelling. Very, very high level of detail. I believe I don't own many Carenado aircraft. I might have done on Flight Simulator X, but not in Microsoft Flight Sim. Microsoft Flight Sim 2020 now, isn't it? Very, very impressive though, I've got to say. Let's just get internal. And the high resolution and high level of details continues within the cockpit. Look at this sort of leather-bound front part. In fact, can I turn on flow? I might give you a better idea. Not flow, sorry, my Toby eye tracker. There you go. Look at the level of detail there. Circuit breaker. You can see. Just putting my head down here, as you can do with the Toby. Look at the amount of detail you get. Now we can go and look around the cockpit at the seats, the back seats. Feels like a very expensive aircraft that you're in. A very sort of does have some wear and tear as well, which is nice. So it looks like it's been used a bit, which is always a bonus. Look at that. Not dusted down there very well. That looks like sort of my PC setup at the moment. There you go, high level of details. Let me just turn Toby off and come back down to the tablet here. Other thing I should mention, if you're used to the G1000s, you're not going to find them so much. It does have an autopilot and Garmin system installed here. I'll talk about that more in a moment. But these are more the classic dial aircraft. So if you're in love with the Cessna 152, you're going to absolutely... It's like a super-powered, as you'll see later, Cessna 152. With this tablet, you can open the doors. Let's just open the doors. Show your pilots. I want to show my pilots, show me, so when I get outside I can see somebody flying the aircraft. It doesn't look like anybody's not. You can open the doors here. You can also open and close the doors using the sweet spot, shall we say, or the trigger for opening the doors and the windows and goodness knows what. Just show you that externally. So you got all the doors. Isn't that beautiful? And the baggage door there. And we can close them. Close, close, close. Now, on the next page, it does give you the option of installing different Garmins. So the GTN 750 XI, I've left it all default, because I think that's fair if I'm showing you a review of this. But you can go and install them at your own leisure. This is actually quite nice. This works quite nice for me. I've had no reason to go and install these other ones yet, but I'll probably be doing that at some point. And the last page, you can choose things like, should we go ready for taxi? Click on that. Click done. Let's get external. There you go. We're powered up. Just watch this. As you increase your throttle with your parking brake on, just bear with me a second. Now, just bear with me a second, make sure my throttle, there it is, wasn't working for a second, I got worried. So as you can see, the sort of aircraft will move. As you increase your throttle. Not quite sure what was going on there. It wouldn't let me do it in the external view. Now it is. Maybe I had to do it internally first for whatever reason. Oh, I'm showing you all the bells and whistles and perhaps one or two little bugs. It doesn't do that in other aircraft. Maybe it's just my system. Well, there you go. You can see the sort of fronts of the aircraft there. It's getting a lot of power to that engine, so it would lift a bit. Show you that view in the cockpit. Bring that down and put my throttle back up again. Increase my throttle. There you go. So it's like, I'm raring to go. I'll tell you what, now I'm messing around with throttle, the sounds with this aircraft are second to none. Let me just give you a bit of a showcase of the sounds. So enough playing around now, we're set up on runway 27 at Hoddesdon International London City Airport. Let me show you the performance of this beautiful aircraft and how she flies. I'll do a bit of autopilot shenanigans down here, similar to the knobs on the G1000. You can set an autopilot assign altitude, 1,200 feet. You've got the heading bug here. Now I can mess around with the heading indicator here to turn it, sync it to my location. I've got my multi-panel attached and that works fine as well. There we go, we're all set up. Let's go, let's pump up the throttle, release the parking brake, and what I'm going to do here for you is actually let the aircraft, because it will do, lift off by itself. We have enough runway. And you're going to find one of the beautiful things about this aircraft is the handling of it. There we go, we're passing 80 knots. Any second it will just take off. There you go, it's taken off by itself. I'm just going to deploy a little bit of nose down trim there, just so it doesn't trim too far up. Here's our vertical speed indicator here. So bring that down. And I'll just show you a bit of the autopilot. Just for good measure, I'll put it in autopilot on. And heading mode on. I'll use my multi-panel to change my heading. Keep an eye on the heading button here. And it all works as well. If I had a course set up, you could be following the course here. What I am going to do is set a returnal COM frequency for London City Airport, which I believe is 111.15 for runway 9. Swap that to active. Gonna move this course knob to about 90 degrees, which will be lined up for runway city, London City runway 9 rather, when we return. And then you'll see the course deviation indicator line as we come back on course, just to show you that all working. There we go. Let's take it off autopilot. What's the use in getting an aircraft if you're gonna keep it on autopilot? Hand fly it for a bit. Let's do this. One of the beautiful things about this Cessna, gear up. I love that animation. I love the fact we can raise our gear. I've just got to remember I'm in a Cessna 182 and deploy it when we come back down to line up for runway 9 at London City. Now let's talk about the handling. It does feel, what's the best way? It does feel somewhat assisted. I've climbed a little bit too high there, but it doesn't matter. We're already reaching the landmarks of downtown London. Feels somewhat assisted. It feels like a natural progression. If you enjoy the Cessna 172-152 Grand Caravan, but you want to fly something different, a pay-ware aircraft, this feels like the natural progression. With a speed matching roughly, it can easily cruise at 160 knots. The Grand Caravan, I was looking for an aircraft myself. When we do multiplayer flights and we're cruising 140, 160, I wanted a different aircraft to try. This is likely to be now my go-to aircraft for those kind of cruise speeds. I'm going to turn back towards London City Airport. Now, where is it on this autopilot? There, CDI. So I've turned CDI, changed it on. Sorry, changed my CDI from GPS to lock 1, essentially. So I can line up with the course deviation indicator when we come back towards London City Airport. Bring my throttle way back. I don't want to be cruising in at 140. Want to get my speed to around, what about 190 or something like 100, between 80 and 100. Let's just say that, just so I can bring my flaps in. Half throttle, you can still hear that engine purring away. Doesn't want to stop yet, it wants to go for a long country distant flight, which you can do on this. Or a long distance flight wherever you're flying. Probably overseas as well. There we go, we'll turn back towards London City, which is yonder now. And just bring that speed back. I'm going to have to put it to something like, oh, not too far back. There we go. It started complaining at me. I was going to say bring it back to 25%, but it didn't like that, so about 30%. Just to bring that speed down. When I get near flap speed, it does like to thunder along. Look, I'm at sort of level flights here. We're still not at flap speed. Can I bring that down? No, it doesn't like it. Okay, that's something new to me. I'm going to go to flaps 1 position now. Stage 1 flaps, I believe that's flaps 10 in this aircraft. Okay, okay, do not panic. Let's just play with my trim a little bit just to keep it in level flight. There you go, I can bring the speed back a little bit now. Now, course deviation line, let's keep an eye on this so we line up with our airport, our runway. Just come to my left a bit so those lines conjoin, essentially. There you go, that's coming in now. Steady my aircraft and bring it back the other way. I can see the airport right in front of me, so this will work. if you want to do sort of manual, I guess manual ILS flying there. Actually click on the autopilot and put it into approach mode. It will take over probably at this point, but I'm not going to. I'm going to manually land it. I'll try my best to. Oh! That's what it's moaning at. Thank goodness those alarms went off. I forgot my landing gear. You've got to laugh at me. I'm just not used to having a landing gear in a Cessna aircraft. And essentially it was saying, look, you're too slow without your gear down, my son. Put your gear down. Thank you, aircraft. Now I can bring my speed down. I'll land longish at London City here. See, the coastlines are all lined up pretty much. So we're all fine. Glide slope indicator there as well. Let's try and keep it. Glide slope indicator to the side here. It's just above me at the moment. That's fine. There we go. Bring that down. Another stage of flaps. I think that's full flaps now. Whoa. Thank goodness that alarm went off, eh? Oh, come on. It's one of my videos. Something's bound to happen, wasn't it? No, I want to be slowing. I want to get down to around 70 knots of the speed, but I've got my engine near nulled at the moment. Just going to watch that. I'll probably have to employ a little bit more throttle if the speed drops. No, I think that's nice. Almost gliding towards that runway. Very nice. Did I finish what I was saying before? Let's just put a bit of throttle in there. It's a natural progression if you're enjoying flying Cessna 172 Grand Caravan, Cessna 152 with the classic dials like this. This is a natural progression. This should ideally be your next aircraft up, and it's available, like I've mentioned, for both Xbox and PC. There we go. And it's quite easy to fly, as you'll find. Let's just float a bit over this runway. Come down for a nice, nice-ish soft landing. And we'll come off the runway and give you my recommendations and final thoughts. As you can see, when you brake there, it looks like the propeller's going to hit the ground. Not braking much, just braking to stop the aircraft. Doesn't seem to hit the ground, thankfully. So you should be okay there. Do I recommend this? I got this for just over £16 on the Microsoft Flight Sim Marketplace. It's going to be one of those high recommendation aircraft. Something that's now going to be my go-to aircraft when we're flying multiplayer flights on that sort of 140 to 160 cruise range speeds. And like I said, it's a natural progression up if you're flying the Cessna 172, 152 or Grand Caravan, or them all, and you want to progress to a slightly more complex aircraft, but one that's as easy to control. Full recommendation from me. But listen, do let me know your own thoughts. Give the video a like if you've enjoyed it. Subscribe for more. And I'll see you soon.